One beautiful Saturday morning, when the sun was smiling and the birds were singing, Mofe woke up from sleep with a little joy in his heart. He stretched his short but powerful arms and said, "Today na better day. I can feel it in my spirit." He picked up his phone, opened to Instagram. He scrolled a little. Then, the first thing he saw was his face, his short, fine face, all over blogs and TV, with a big headline: "Breaking news, billionaire dwarf, not the father of triplets. DNA result leaks." Mofe nearly swallowed his tongue. His chest started vibrating like a faulty generator. He clicked the video faster than a mosquito bite. There was Jennifer, standing tall like an electric pole, holding a DNA paper in her hand, laughing with some yeye TV reporter. She shouted, "Yes, it's true. The triplets are not his. I just use him because he is rich and I needed the money." The thing pained Murphy to his bone marrow. He screamed, "Ew! DNA don carry my children oo. Wetin be dis now?" Ah! Before he could finish crying, court papers landed in his house like courier service. Jennifer and her former boyfriend Joel had taken him to court to officially collect the triplets using the DNA evidence. Murphy wore his white agbada like a warrior going for a battle. He entered into the court, but as the case started, Murphy just knew he was finished. Jennifer and Joel came prepared. They brought DNA, brought pregnancy picture, even love messages when Jennifer and Joel were still playing hide and seek behind Murphy's back. The judge just cleared his throat and said, "Based on evidence, the triplets belongs to Mr. Joel." Murphy's legs wobbled like jollof rice on broken plates. He loved those children like his own blood. He gave them the best in everything: the best schools, the finest clothes, shoes, even birthday parties that could make Dangote jealous. He never treated them differently from the two he had with Jennifer. Murphy cried, not a loud cry, but silent tears that touched everybody's soul. Even the lawyer was pressing tissue on his nose. But laws are laws. The courts awarded full custody to Jennifer and Joel. As they packed the kids and left, Murphy sat outside the courtroom, staring at nothing, thinking, "See my life. I fed children wey no be my own, like Christmas goats. Now, they don carry them go." For 2 weeks, Murphy became like an empty bottle of Coke. He stayed indoors, wore only singlets and boxers, and refused to shave. He looked like a retired wrestler. But one day, as he lay on his bed, he remembered something his late grandmother used to say. When life throws you garri and sugar, mix them together and drink. Mofe wiped his face and stood up, took a good bath, wore his best suit, and told himself, I'm still short, Baba. Dwarf or no dwarf, I go rise again. He buried himself inside his business. Deals started flying in. He bought two more companies. He opened a chain of pepper soup joints called Short Baba's Kitchen and a luxury shoe brand for short men called Skywalker Shoes. Money started raining like December bonus. Little by little, Murphy's joy returned. He even smiled again without forcing it. While Jennifer was living her best fake life, she moved into one of the expensive houses in the island with Joel and the triplets. She threw parties every Friday. She was snapping pictures on Instagram with caption like, finally free from Miguet's love. Living my best tall life. Good radiance to short nonsense. Everywhere she went, she flaunted Joel as her real man. But my brother and sister, wahala dey wear sneakers dey come. After some months, Joel started showing his real color. First, he told Jennifer that, babe, my bank account have a little issue, just a small technical problem. And right now, I'm working on a big business deal that will yield millions of naira, like about 500 million. But I have a little problem. I need like about 5 million to seal this deal. I don't know if you can loan me the money. I will pay back immediately this deal click, he said, smiling convincingly. Jennifer, who was still blinded with love and high from her escape, quickly transferred the money to Joel, and she did not even ask for a receipt. The next week, Joel came again with another bigger lie. Babe, there is one investment opportunity on ground, and I would not like to miss it because it is a huge one that will yield millions of naira. But I will need a little favor from you. Like, I don't know if you can loan me some money, like about 10 million naira, so I can use it and invest in this business opportunity. Babe, it will yield millions of naira, and by that time we will both enjoy it, he said, smiling like a catfish. Sometimes he will kneel down, rub Jennifer's feet, and call her many sweet names like my angel, my queen, my lifeline, my heartthrob, name it. Jennifer was floating on the air, and she would not even think twice before transferring the money to Joel. In fact, she started feeling like a queen, Queen Elizabeth of Banana Island. But one Monday morning, something shocking happened. After she finished making pepper soup for Joel, she came out to give him the food and noticed something. Joel was missing. His clothes, shoes, slippers, toothbrush, even his boxers were all gone. While on the center of the table was a small piece of paper that read, Jennifer dear, thanks for everything that you have done for me for these past months. I'm really, really grateful. I have traveled to Canada to start a new life. Please don't look for me. I need fresh air. I cannot be a father of triplets. I don't have the strength at all. I want to start my life afresh again. Thank you so much and God bless you. Yours truly, Joel. Jennifer opened her mouth like a drum. She ran to her phone. No WhatsApp message, no Instagram, no text. She checked her bank app. Balance was blinking like Christmas lights. 2,450 naira. Everything was gone. Joy had used her ATM and cleaned her account like hurricane. Jennifer screamed so loud, even her neighbors upstairs called the security, thinking it was an armed robber case. Jennifer cried, she wailed, she rolled on the floor like someone that lost a close one. But who will she blame? Karma wore high heels and danced on her head. Weeks passed. Jennifer became stranded. She couldn't pay her house rent on the island again. Landlord gave her quick notice faster than NEPA cutting a light. She tried borrowing money from her friends. Nobody agreed to loan her some money. They told her, you that insulted your dwarf billionaire husband on Instagram, abeg carry your wahala dey go. She tried to start a hair business, but without money or capital, it crashed faster than a puff-puff inside boiling oil. She even tried some runs to survive, but customers were pricing her like second-hand shoe. The triplets were crying for food every day. She was using garri and groundnuts to raise millionaire dollar children. At night, she would sit alone at her empty veranda, staring at the sky and whispering, if I had known, I would have stayed with my short husband and his long money. But it was too late. Regret was now her roommate. Meanwhile, Mofe was flying higher than an airplane. He bought a new mansion, 3 times bigger than the one he built for Jennifer. He launched a charity foundation called Heart Over Heights Foundation to support dwarf children all over Nigeria. During this foundation opening, Mofe wore his white agbada, dark shades and gold chain and stood on stage. Thousands clapped and cheered. He grabbed the mic and said, they called me short, but God made my blessings taller than a mountain. The crowd screamed. Some people even started crying. wiping tears with rice-stained napkins. And that day, Mofe knew it in his heart that he was not just a survivor, he was a king. Height or no height, nobody could block his shine again. While life hit Jennifer like thunder wey miss road, after Joel japa and cleared her account like termites eating a wood, Jennifer tried to form big girl for small time. She borrowed money here and there, managing to feed her children garri and kuli for weeks. But as the days turned into months, hunger started beating her and the triplets like talking drum. People who used to hail her on Instagram with fire emojis were now laughing behind her back. Some will see her passing and whisper, "See am oo, na she dey insult her short husband that time. Now hunger don cut her waist." Market women that used to greet her with respect before were now piercing her like old stockfish. One aboki selling suya even shouted, "Aunty, come chop short change meat now. E fit remind you of your husband." The thing pain Jennifer no be small. Mockery was following her up and down like stubborn fly. One night, after soaking garri with tears for dinner, Jennifer sat alone, staring at the hungry faces of her triplets. Her heart broke like cheap mirror. She said to herself, "I no fit continue like dis oo. Hunger wan use my children do sacrifice. I go find solution by fire, by force." After deep thinking and crying, she made up her mind. Early the next morning, at about 6 a.m., when Lagos was still yawning, Jennifer packed small bag for each triplet, combed their hair nicely, wore them neat clothes and bundled them inside keke napep. She told the triplets, "We are going to visit Daddy. Please behave well." When they reached Mofe's mansion gate, Jennifer knocked, dropped the kids there like parcel delivery, kissed them quickly and whispered, "Be good to Daddy. Mommy loves you." Before the gate man fit even open the gates fully, Jennifer don vanish into thin air like magic. The triplets were just standing there looking confused, holding their small bags and water bottles. The gate man, Baba Monday, scratched his head like someone searching for network. He carried the children inside and went to call Mofe. Mofe came downstairs wearing his favorite agbada, dragging slippers. When he saw the triplets standing there, his mouth open like broken pipe, he shouted, "Jesus, am I dreaming? Somebody wake me up with a cold water." But as he looked way into their small innocent face, his heart melted like butter inside hot akamu. He rushed them and hugged them tightly. "My children, my babies, whether na my blood or not, I love una pass anything." The triplet jumped on him happily, shouting, "Daddy, Daddy!" Tears rolled down Mofe's cheek, tears of pure joy. He carried them inside, called his cook and ordered, "Prepare something nice like rice, chicken, ice cream, pizza, anything. Today na food carnival." The mansion came back alive again. Laughter, games, shouting, real family vibes. Mofe didn't care how the children came back. All he knew was that they were his responsibility now, and he was ready to love them till the end. Meanwhile, Jennifer boarded a rickety bus and traveled far away from Lagos. She reached one small dusty village called Ini in Akwa Ibom State. She rented one small room made of wood and zinc. When rain fall, her roof will leak like a basket. Jennifer was suffering. Gone were the flashy clothes, Brazilian hair, iPhone 16 Pro Max, and Instagram filters. Now it was wrapper and bedroom slippers. Every night she would sit outside her tiny room, looking at the stars, crying small but regretting big. She whispered to herself, "Had I known, I for hold my short husband tight like gala on traffic." But it was too late. Life done humble her. As Mofe continued raising the children with joy, his heart began to heal. He was no longer bitter. In fact, one Saturday morning, during a charity event for dwarf children at Mofe's foundation, he met a beautiful lady named Amara. Amara was a very beautiful lady. She was not a supermodel, but she had the kindest smile, eyes that listened, and a heart as pure as Mama's white rice on Sunday afternoon. Amara works in the charity Dwarfs Foundation, helping in taking care of the dwarfs at Mofe's foundation. And Mofe have watched her for months. Amara didn't care about Mofe's height or bank accounts. She laughed at his jokes, helped him arrange his tie, and one day told him, "You are not short, you are just compact and expensive like an iPhone." Mofe nearly fainted from happiness. 6 months later, they got married in a very lavish wedding. The kind of wedding where presidents, senators, name them prominent men, attended, where even the jollof rice was dancing in the plates. This time, no drama, no pretense, just two people deeply in love. Amara even helped him raise the kids, all 5 of them. And guess what? They had one child together. The baby was short too, but fine, like biscuits inside a fridge. Murphy looked at his life one day and smiled. He said, "I may be small in height, but God made sure that my joy is taller than Mount Kilimanjaro." And from that day, he lived happily, not just because he was rich, but respected, loved, and taller in the ways that mattered. Hi, beautiful people of African Folktales by Ify Best. Hope you enjoy the story. Please let me know in the comment section what you learned from the story. But for me, I have something to tell you. Never judge a man by his height. Respect who loves you truly, because life has a funny way of balancing the equation. Money is sweet, but peace of mind and love are sweeter. And remember, the height of a man is not measured by his legs, but by the size of his heart. So let me know your own thoughts in the comment section about this story. And also let me know where you are watching the story from. Please like, share the story to your loved ones. Support your girl Ify best by subscribing to my channel if you have not done so. Bye until I bring another story your way.